It's a dream.
What a gift.
North Avalon Board Riders Senior Men's is 15-minute heats with 6 blokes out there trying to find a wave. These two surfers are going to have a field day, Barton. The set waves, as Trav Logie mentioned, making the most of all the scoreable wall that's on offer. A good Super Tubes wave will go for around 250 metres before it shuts down on impossibles. And Courtney's going to try and find one here. So staying high on the face of this wave to generate some speed at the moment. Nice swoop, just a transition turn. Wants to stay out in front of this one a little deep on this occasion. And she'll pull through the back there. Plenty of time on the clock, just over 35 minutes remaining, a 40-minute exchange. And these two surfers, they can catch as many waves as they like. They're only looking for 2 quality waves in order to turn in their highest heat score total.
I think that Nikki might bite and go it and give her the priority. Nikki didn't bite, so she swung. And this was more an opportunity to get down the line, reposition yourself where you want to be for the best waves that are on offer out there. Little floater on the inside. That won't factor into things in the final wash-up.
Sets rarely come as individual waves. Usually there's a couple of rides, and it looks like Courtney will pick one up on the outside as well. But here goes Van Dijk, her first effort. First turn was strong, needs to get going now. Riding high on the face of this wave, driving those legs. Nice clear conditions. Really smooth faces to rip into. Nikki goes to that rail, draws that board right through the turn.
The replay, watch this first turn. Drives it, pulls it right around, powerful. That's the type of surfing she's going to have to do against Courtney Conlogue. Can't go soft. Driving down the line, pumping. Let's have a look at this turn. Just a speed race. That wave was super fast. Didn't give her any opportunities. And then that nice snap there, but it lacked a little punctuation. Nice close.
Conlogue is up. Big swoop off the top. Just taps that lip and looks to set up a run through the inside. Big tail drop floater. Exciting stuff. She wants to get out there before Nikki Van Dijk.
Completion, good start. Let's have a look at the outside of Courtney's. High line to build speed, drops down, plenty of time. Whips a lovely turn out of the top. Bit bigger wave, a nicer wall. The judges would be sitting there going, well, I would rather be on Courtney's wave if I had the chance. And here she goes, another one of those turns out of the top, peeling down into the closeout section. And a big critical closeout re-entry there from Courtney. Advantage Courtney Conlogue on that opening exchange, Ronnie.
Oh, for sure. And you've got to think back to Nikki's strategy at the start of this heat. Really wanted that inside position.
So it's very similar, Ronnie. You know, success, no matter what the form that success has to sort of contour itself to achieve it, is still the same game. No matter what the rules, little changes. Courtney Conlogue up again, using that priority.
Still waiting on numbers for that last exchange, but Courtney, she doesn't mind at the moment. She's going to get busy early on, and keep in mind that this is a 40-minute heat, so the surfers are going to get plenty of opportunities here. We're going to see some big numbers dropped in these first couple of heats as Courtney stomps one on the inside there.
It's the fluidity in movement. Sometimes today she's looking nice and sharp as she drifts the tail on that first turn. Has time to hit the lip on that second one. And it's interesting as she does that snap down to this little low line inside section, goes for that last little floater, completes that one. Not expecting that wave to come in as high as the first one, but she figured Nikki was going to go it if she didn't, and she may as well get it and get the second score and apply some pressure.
Yeah, just trying to get rid of a 2.33. She knew that was going to be her low number to improve on. She dropped a 7 on her first decent ride. Nikki Van Dijk had a 6, and we're waiting for the numbers to come through. Back to live action. Nikki looking smooth as she flies down the line here. Needs to really throw everything into this turn. Nice hook off the top. Big fan of spray coming off the rail. Goes for the slide, just overdoes it a little bit and goes down.
Point difference to Courtney on the first one as we see the replay here, and we'll have a look at what goes wrong. First race turn, pumping and driving, great positioning on the board. Drops down the face and gives that turn. There was more sear at the start. It most probably needed a little something at the end, and maybe that feeling into the second turn was, okay, this second turn I've got to give it more than I did in the first, and pushed it harder and came unstuck, unfortunately. Look at these lines, look at these waves. If you're out there looking at that and getting tired, your focus is in the wrong place, I would say.
Well, maybe I'm just thinking about myself, how exhausting I find it riding a long wave here, but yeah, you're right. the adrenaline to be coursing through their veins there, and that's exactly what Courtney would have wanted to see. Watching Nikki on just a perfect ride and falling, and then getting the benefit of getting ahead of her on the race back to the takeoff zone.
Perfect. That's you. Every heat that starts, I always look at them as a 50-50. Doesn't matter who's in them, what's on the paper, what's on the record books or the statistics, just doesn't matter.
Courtney up once again, trying to get rid of a 4.5 now. Covering a lot of the wave face, looking very comfortable out here at the moment. It'll whip off the top. And now this wave's starting to stand up on the inside. Courtney driving up into the bowl. Nice hook, does well to draw that turn out. Tucks into the barrel, well positioned. That thing is stepping out. And Courtney is stepping off.
Stepping on and stepping up and putting the pressure on Nikki Van Dijk. One wave at a time, and that was such a great little low-line section that she found.
Reeled off beautifully.
You could see Nikki was there to make sure she went this wave. It's not a bigger set wave. It's just a set wave, not a big set wave. You can see her driving around that section, comes off the bottom, puts that arm in the water and snaps it back, gives you that wonderful point to pivot off that next turn and then into a nice big wrap. I'd say goodbye, 4.5, and then a great little tube time traveller down the inside. Good work before the tube comes around this corner. Goes, oh my gosh, this one's going to let me in and out. Nice surfing, great positioning, great flow and rhythm with the ocean. This has been a very well-rounded performance so far, as you see. Just come round, park it perfectly, gets covered up, comes out, and that was a stoker there.
Got the benefit of riding that wave right through to the inside, 5.83. Up once again, keeping very busy now. This is wave number 5. Goes the layback jam, cuts down to set up this turn. And she's going to pull through the back of this one. 21.5 minutes to go. Conlogue having a field day out there at the moment.
Well, and to your previous point about exhaustion, she just keeps catching waves. She might end up in 40 minutes with like a 15 wave count, you know, because there's a lot of opportunity, and when it's so perfect, it's hard to control yourself. Stalls into another beautiful little tube ride. Once you've got the appetite for the tube, there's nothing better. Big layback snap there. Little double pump out of the bottom into a snap out of the top, pulls through the back. So I don't see that going into the top 2. Here we go, first wave of the set, and Nikki Van Dijk's up.
An easy decision to pull the trigger with priority here for Nikki. Hammering down the line, so much speed. Drives up into the section. Nice swoop to get started. And drives up into the pocket now. Hangs onto that turn. Just a little transition hit. Needs to really string together a good combo on the inside to turn this into the big number she needs. Looking for a 6.84. Couple of nice hits there. Meanwhile, out the back, we'll see if Courtney gets an opportunity here as well.
The thing that was impressive was how tight she was to the pocket. There's no doubt that she was right there, and we'll see it on the replay. Pumping and driving. One of the best parts of this was that it was a one-wave set for Nikki, so that was a great opportunity. First turn, nice wrap. Used the rail well. And this is where she starts to do the work right in the pocket. Straight up vertical. This one too. Snaps back into the pocket. Gets held up in the lip for just a tiny second. Into another wrap. I kind of feel like there was the opportunity to get a little more aggressive and a little more on the back foot and stop those turns. But again, it was a completed ride, and she was really tight to the pocket. And by the end of it, there was some great work done. Here's that drive down the inside. See in here. Whips it back into the whitewater and comes down this inside, and it stands up in front of her. Another nice turn. That could have maybe had a little more in it, and then hits the lip right there as the inside stands up, cuts out cleanly. So completed.
I'd have to agree with the last couple of comments there by Barton. Sounds like both of you saw it, but I feel like there needs to be a little bit more intent on some of those turns. They're winding up. They've got all the speed in the world.
At the required number, it was a 5.17. She's going to take one on the inside here. Let's see if she can get this first turn right and then settle into a rhythm on this ride. Driving off the bottom, into the left. A bit more powerful. That's more like it. Van Dijk ripping through the carb now. So a better combo to get things started. A smaller wave, but she's ripping into it as a result.
Wow,
and
that's
drops out of
better.
the sky on the finish.
She must have heard us. She was feeling us, because that's exactly the type of surfing she needs to do.
And on that ride, she really bashed it. She knew she was on a medium-sized wave, so she had to go harder.
And the wall standing up down inside here. It gets steep, drives into the bottom turn. Nice snap out of the top. Clean control. This one wraps it right around again. And then it starts to stand up in front of it. Snaps out of the top. More aggression, more intent as Strider requested. Finishes with the floater down the inside. I feel like that could be her best wave of the heat so far. And certainly will get her back into this with 8 minutes and 45. The drone shot of the replay, the high line. Feels so good to just high line and then drop in with all that speed and then use that speed to your advantage to create turns that the judges like. They're taking their time with this score as well. You see this first one up into the lip and that pushing out on the back foot, creating the punctuation we were asking for, and there, nice tight snap, Ronnie.
Really felt that she did so well with that first section. You could see on the replay there was a couple of lumps in that wave. It wasn't that perfect ironed out wall that she could just absolutely attack, but she did.
There's Nikki making sure she pushes Courtney into this first wave, Ron.
Yeah, look at this. Beautiful wall, a bigger set wave. And Courtney just absolutely hammers through that first cut down. We'll look to draw these turns out a little more down the line. Nice little bank. Setting up something big on the inside. She'll probably need it. Chasing down a 6 to get herself back in front here. And she opts out of that double up section on the inside.
Just go after it. And every turn should be committed and everything should be 100%. I mean, there was some great surfing done. That turn is vicious. There's some great surfing there, but she's snapping at the lip. I think the reason why Nikki got a higher score was because she had some more complete turns in the bowl, more of a vertical attack. And out on that open face, these turns are looking good, but the wave kind of let her down there, I think. And maybe that's what...
She sure is. Let's see what she can do with that bit of foam on the face. Nikki trying to get rid of a 6. Might be wise to get out of this ride and get priority back. Hammers that section and goes down.
How far down the line is Courtney? Where is Nikki in comparison to Courtney in regards to the paddle to back out?
And these young ladies are having the time of their life, even though they're in a heat, battling it out. It would be great to be out here.
So isn't that interesting? When Courtney was busy without that priority earlier on, it actually worked in her favour. At a point there, it was looking like that was a mistake in strategy, but she's made it all work out here in the round of 16.
Wow.
Courtney Conlogue getting past Nikki Van Dijk and into the quarterfinals once again.